All right. So this is something that it's all I've put it together, I guess. Like enough puzzle pieces came together that I have a better understanding of this now. I wanted to share with the women because there's a lot about this journey, about your own healing journey, that you're gonna probably go and explore and learn stuff and learn what you're interested in, or what if you're struggling with something like health-wise or whatever, that that you'll learn. But then there's a lot that you just learn as you go, or you learn the hard way. So because there was a lot of stuff that I wasn't taught about, like male and female dynamics. And I think a lot of us didn't grow up in households that, like, the roles of at least a lot of the people that I was around, like there were a lot of divorced families, etc., that, like, I remember that being more prominent. So, all of that stuff was like, I've had to figure it out and learn the hard way and attract a lot of the wrong people, and like not even really know what to look out for and stuff, like all of that, like not know what red flags are and all of those kinds of things. So, but now it's like, there is I think there's an element of, like, it's social because of social media and I'm sure porn, but I think it's even beyond that, because I think it's just the way it is as men and women, that because I'll never fully understand this because I'm not a man, but like a man's greatest struggle is his lust, and a woman's greatest struggle is her emotional control. And if you're not a mom, I mean, no, just as a woman in general, because because a woman's job is to take care of the emotional needs of the people around us. So we are always finding ourselves in situations where people need to be taken care of, and it's beautiful. Like we want to nurture. I mean, it's beautiful, but like, then you get the both sides of that. So then you have to try not to lose your shit every day. And y'all, at nighttime, every night with my kid, it's like, I got about 2-3, I can be patient, and then I'm going to growl at you if you don't stop screaming or whatever. If some nights he's chill. But so there's this, and that's just one thing. Like anyway, we don't need to get into that. But, so it's like, you're gonna figure out like what you're meant to do and what you want to embody, and like it's just your own embodiment. But like, there's all these things where it's like, it wasn't pointed out to me, so it's almost like, in a sense, it's maybe meant to be that way, because it's like your higher self wants it to be like a breadcrumb thing, because you can't always see yourself exactly as you are, and you can't, like, there's all this growth to get there. Teddy, sit down. That's one of the other ones. That's just all the repetitive things that you have to do every day as a mom. Drives me insane. Anyway, okay, but then now, because of the world that we're living in, it's like, it's this whole journey as for a man, especially men who are big into media, or they grew up in a family and like porn was just allowed in the household, and there wasn't any regulation on that and stuff. Like, I've only know from different almost not every single guy I've been with, but multiple men, or several of the guys that I've been with, had issues with porn and stuff. And like, it's genuinely like I don't think we even know, like, possibly degenerative. Like, it's just there's stuff like that that's like, it's for real, like mental health and all kinds of stuff has caused a problem. So it becomes a responsibility. Now I'm getting croaky. It becomes this responsibility as a woman to, like, literally keep your standards up and keep your boundaries up, because it's weird because it's like in general, like it's not, once you love yourself, you're not seeking validation anymore. It's so interesting because it shifts in this big way where it's like, it's not that I don't like compliments, but it's like I kind of don't, like, in a weird way. It's like I'd rather you just not comment. It almost becomes, I don't want to use the word disgust, but it almost feels, it comes off that way. It comes off as almost like disgusting because it's almost like a man is just this, just in those moments, he's just this like unconscious animal that's like not lashing out, but like it reminds me of like a dog on a leash that can't control himself. Like that's how it feels. And I don't know how to speak. I'm trying to speak about this in a way that's not hurtful, but I am very blunt, and I'm trying to cut to the point, like not be too fluffy. And so it's sort of like your job as a woman to keep your, because y'all, I'm talking about, like, there's this one dude who I've known, and he says the same thing to me every time, and it's so wild to me. Like, it's like a broken record. And then there's this other guy, seems like a sweet man, but it's like it's just like, it feels like this like impulse. It's like they struggle with like impulse control or something. And so I want to be understanding, as well. And I want to be a nurturer, and I want to continue to be a safe space for people. But at the same time, it's like, what's not okay is not okay. And when it comes to like, I go back and forth, but I'm like, I know social media is an outlet that I'm supposed to be using. I know being seen is a part of my like journey and stuff. So it's like, that's what I mean. There's all these different things you start to see. It's like, it's actually a responsibility to show up in your fullness and to keep your sword up, like keep your sword by your side and use it, because even if men don't get it or they take it the wrong way or whatever, that we're still teaching each other, because everybody deserves respect. And it's difficult to work in a situation that you're not respected. I'm telling you, because I have had to talk with God about it and be like, am I doing something wrong? Am I showing up wrong? I mean, that doubt will creep in. And I'm like, no, like, I know I've been on this journey long enough. I've been choosing celibacy, like, and at the same time, because you're pouring into yourself, you're embodying your energy. And I have a very sensual energy. I don't know all the reasons why. It's just, and but I've had to battle with that too, of like, that's the way of the world, is it's like your sexual energy the enemy wants to distort it. It wants to steal it. It wants to make it seem bad or whatever, but it's not. It's beautiful, it's inspiring, but it's a responsibility. So I'm saying this to the women on this journey, that it's like, that's like being, and I'm sorry, it's my kids in the background. Teddy, keep it down, please, keep it down. It's part of your and another thing, because it's like, I've attracted a lot of people. I had to learn the hard way through relationships too, that I was just accepting men that I didn't vet them. Like, that wasn't their fault that I didn't vet them, or that I didn't, like, it's so crazy, because as soon as you go to that space where you start a relationship, you start a friendship, or you start an encounter with a man, and you start off with like, what are you bringing to the table? You like ask questions, the energy immediately will shift to like, you're in control as the woman. And you see it, but then it's so easy as a woman to just be like, oh, okay, like, and just play like the let's see where this goes. Like, let's see what let's have some fun. And it's like, okay, well, fun's not that fun when it becomes dangerous, And that's until there's more elders and more men that want to do the work. It's like, their lust, I almost feel like it's like that. It feels like they are trapped in it in a way. So it's like, when a man cannot be, when he's not, most men I've learned, like my mom had told me that, like, you have to like, boost a man's ego sometimes, and like weird stuff like that. Although she's very blunt as well. So she's in some ways she's kind of a no nonsense side, but like, that's not true at all. Like, it's our job as a woman to use your sword and not let men get away with anything. That's not okay, because then, thank you, I'm like, I'm feeling like that brings you as a woman back into that safe space of like, okay, it is what it is. This is the way of the world, or I'm still not attracting the type of energy that I feel respected by. But at least I'm saying, no, this is my standard. I don't like that. It doesn't make me feel good. Please don't bring that to my table. And that may still happen, but it's like, then you feel stronger in your power as a woman, the more that you are using your sword and not accepting less than, like, because that's the worst. That's the worst feeling, is feeling like you're just treated as less than. And it's like, no, you are a woman, you are powerful, especially if you're doing your own thing, and especially if you're a single mom, because that just adds to, you know, those moments of feeling vulnerable or feeling like you want to be protected. And it's like, God's like, yeah, God, like, call in Archangel Michael. I do that shit, y'all. I do that shit all the fucking time. I ask him, I say, Archangel Michael, help me. Or I say, protect this message. Okay, I'm gonna stop there.